welcome, Fret Talk listeners. It is episode number 144. You are here with your podcast host, your talk man. It is Mr. BudgetPedalChap. Yeah, I'm good with words. You're also here, joined by the man who's giggling at my ineptitude. It is Mr. Matthew Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey.
Do the talky words thingies.
Yep, I am here to fully do the talking with words, quite a few pauses, and quite a lot of in there as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mix it up a little bit this week. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna start off because what we've been up to is essentially the entire podcast because. Funnily enough, during a global pandemic, not many companies want to release release products. They don't want to release like heavy ticket items. I mean, there's a few. Strymon are really pissing in the wind with this one, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the last company I'd think of as to be like. You'd expect maybe Electro Harmonics because they'll release a pedal no matter what's going on in the world.
Yeah, those like Electro Harmonics and cockroaches are the things that will survive anything, aren't they? Like, you can guarantee you can set your watch by an Electro Harmonic release. But yeah, I've not checked their website, so I don't know if they have released anything recently.
I haven't seen anything on the forums that I'm in, which generally means that they haven't released anything.
It doesn't necessarily mean that they haven't, but it's just not been of note. But yeah, we're gonna leave the what we've been up to is a little bit because we're gonna have a nice little segment to start this podcast. Before we do that segment, I'm gonna give the shout out to the Patreon viewers, listeners, patronizers. I'm gonna give a shout out to you guys, mainly because I'll probably forget towards the end, and I'm contractually obliged to give you a shout out. We love you guys. I checked up on our Patreon this week, and the fund is kind of just slowly ticking up to a point where we can actually do something with it. So good things are going to be happening with that soon. But I'm going to give the shout out to the patronizers. So Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ. Mr. Doug Christ was on a Tone Jerk special last week, so check that out. Check it out. Good man. Who else have we got? Have we done Bimson, Yeomans? We've done Doug.
Yeah.
We've got Joe of Everything Joseph, who's just constantly churning out melt your face proggy shred. Which, yeah, why not? We've got Mr. Max John Gibbons, who, in my what we've been up to this week, I will be mentioning him quite heavily because he influenced the purchase this week. That was one: Bimson, Yeomans, yep. Christ, Joe, Max, and Hugh G. Rection, who I have it on good authority has been having a good time during this this pandemic.
I mean, it's the right time to be Mr. Hugh.
It's a good time to have huge erections, yeah. So, yeah, those are our patronizers. So for as little as $2 a month, you can be one of those guys too. And like I say, the pot is slowly filling and becoming to a point where we can use it to bump that advertising up to get this podcast out into as many ears as possible. So, massive thanks to you guys. Right, start the show. So we're going to do what I'm coining the mini pub quiz. So I think I've got 7 music-related questions for you, Matt. And for you...
When we say music-related, do we mean like songs and band related? Do we mean like theory related? Or do we mean like pedal related?
No, these are all kind of like music trivia stuff.
Okay.
Although, if this does go well, we're definitely having a music theory round because you've just mentioned it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
I definitely shouldn't have mentioned that.
That's it. Can I have the tab for it, please?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's the sixth note in the A Mixolydian scale.
A mixo. Go on.
Yeah. I said, what's the sixth note in the A Mixolydian scale? I haven't got a fucking clue.
It's going to be a G, isn't it?
I don't know which one. It's so long since I've done any theory, I couldn't even like tab out a Mixolydian scale anymore. Let alone.
You're making me question myself here. A mixo. It's a G. It's a G. It's a flattened seventh. Of course, it's going to be a G. No. I'm not committing to it. I'm going to ask my teammate.
I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, that's it. Shit. So we're gonna do a mini pub quiz. So I'm gonna do it slow enough so that you people who are listening can join along with us. Like, just grab a scrap of paper and write out the answers to your question. I will give the answers pretty much straight afterwards. And if you enjoy this pub quiz, the musical pub quiz, Matt, are you looking for a pen and paper?
I'm looking for paper. Sure, if there is any around. I have to use my phone, the notes app on my phone.
That's fine. Cool. So I mean, there's nothing like being prepared, is there? I sprung this on you like directly before the cast. So it is my fault. I've put my hands up for that. But if you do like the format and you'd like to have a slightly elongated one, there's possibility for one of our Facebook, Instagram live stream things, the ones that we do with Pedalboards of Doom. There's possibility for us to do a full length one of those, like an hour-long version. So if you do like it, get on the Fret Talk podcast group and just give us a hoy hoy. Just let us know. Matt.
I'm making some paper so that I can't be tempted to cheat.
Yeah, because it's, yeah. Oh, just writing it into my notes app. Just Google.
So I now have what I can claim as paper. I had some Kinder chocolate, so I've torn the box open so I can write on the inside.
That is classy. Stay classy, Matthew. Stay classy. Right, so are you ready?
I am. Let me just lean forward so I can lean on the desk.
Okay. Right, so question 1. I mean, there's a lot of extraneous noise here. Question 1. What year did the lead singer and guitar player of Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, what year did he die? And you get an extra bonus telling me the month as well. So what year?
Okay, I'm certain on the year. I have not got a clue what month it was.
Well, you got a 1 in 12, haven't you? So
saying that, I think I do have an idea what month it was.
Go on, Matt. Use your instincts.
Yeah, something is I wrote a random month down, and then something told me that was wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Your instincts are going no. It's not November. Where?
It's not March.
Church May. You just got a feeling at the months until one comes to you. Right, so question number 2. What is the name of the Beatles' first album? What is the name of the Beatles' first album?
I'm terrible with the Beatles.
Yep, and I'll give you a clue. It is not the Black Album. That was Metallica.
They're not even called the Black Album anyway.
What is it?
That album's called Metallica.
Yeah, self-titled, untitled.
Yeah.
Right, nice easy one for number 3. The English rock and roll pop star Reginald Kenneth Dwight is the stage name of him.
Yeah.
Is the given name of him? What's his stage name? What is he better known as?
I think I know that one.
Well, you should, because it's a pretty common one. Number 4. This is number 4. Is it number 4? Yes, it is number 4.
Yes, it is number 4.
David Bowie, believe it or not. I'm David Bowie. This is my perfect David Bowie impression. What? I'm David Bowie. Believe it or not, his surname was not really Bowie. So this is a reverse of the last one. Bowie was his stage name. What was his given surname?
At one point in time, I knew the answer to this question. Unfortunately, this point in time is not that point in time.
Yeah. So, if you think back to some of his stage outfits, that isn't going to give you any clue at all. So
it's not Ziggy or Stardust.
Yeah. So he's not David Stardust. No, because that would be an awesome kind of celebrity name. No, my grown up as David Stardust. I think I'm going to go with Bowie. So just think like a really plain, boring
British name.
Yeah, British name. If you're thinking Welsh, you're probably good. Right. So, number 5. Which British powerhouse sang the theme tune to the 1965 Bond film Thunderball? Matt is looking blank here.
I don't know that one. Like, if you'd said a couple of the other ones, I'd have been all right. But I can't even sing Thunderball in my head, which means I can't then try and work out whose voice.
British vocal powerhouse.
I mean,
don't give it away any answers, Matt, because the listeners are also following.
I'm gonna write stuff down, but
good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll write an answer down. Right, 6.
Right, is that what we're on now?
We're on to number 6. That's the next
number
question.
6. Okay, well done. Because I haven't numbered them like an idiot. Adele had an album. Like her first album was titled 19. In that album, there was a sneaky Bob Dylan cover. What was that cover?
Can you give me 20 seconds so I can go through the lyrics until I get to the chorus?
I can give you. I can waffle for about 20 seconds. Yeah. So there was a Bob Dylan hit on Adele's.
Song, though? Is it?
Should I give up or should I just keep chasing pavements? It's not that one.
Those are the only 2 songs I know on that particular album.
Oh, you keep me with your cold shoulder.
I don't know that one.
Hometown Glory. Do you not know that one? In my hometown. I don't know the words.
Vaguely, now you say it.
Yeah, that's what
it was probably not on a Now CD when I was in high school.
Yeah. I mean, legit. And I think James Arthur did a cover of it, and it weren't bad. Oh, there you go.
Was he the one that was a failed X Factor guy who then came back 5 years later?
Yeah, and he got torn a new one by Frankie Boyle for saying something really stupid.
Fair.
This is quite funny. Yeah, I mean, you just don't try it with Frankie Boyle because he's a professional comedian. You aren't gonna win.
Yeah, and he's not adverse to crossing lines either.
Oh no. Right, our final one. Our final question here. Supergrass and Radiohead have which county in common? So they were both founded.
That's not fair. I'm Manx. We don't have counties. And as far as I'm concerned, there's 5 in the UK, but people keep telling me there's 71.
There are quite.
It's not. It's the southeast, the southwest, the middle, Yorkshire, and Lancashire.
Right. So if we're working on Matt's division of the UK, we've got southeast, southeast, southwest. We've got middle, which is the Midlands, of course.
Yeah.
Then we've got Lancashire for some reason.
And Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
Well, Lancashire, because that's where I land if I get off the boat.
Well, there you go then. Cool. Yeah, so that's definitely one.
I mean, I can actually name a couple more, but like,
I mean, if you just put Shire in front of most words, you Hertfordshire.
yeah,
There you go.
Herefordshire, Buckinghamshire.
That's
and
it.
then you've got the weird ones like Essex and Sussex and Kent.
Essexshire, yeah.
Kentshire and Devonshire. And
Devonshire it's an actual one.
Yeah, that's bollocks.
Yeah. So
Right, so Supergrass and Radiohead.
And Radiohead. So if you because it is quite a difficult question if you're not down with the boroughs. If you break it down into like northeast, northwest, Midlands,
Middle.
southeast, southwest,
Yeah.
you can get half a point kind of for that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go for like. I'm trying to think if I've ever heard any of Radiohead talk, because I've never heard any of Supergrass do anything other than their one song. So I'm never going to have heard that. I'm never going to heard them in an interview. But I've probably heard Tom York, or is that Tom? It
is Tom York, yeah, well done.
Yeah. Or the guy with the stupid. Is it Greenwood that's got the stupid Strat?
Rob Greenwood. It's a telly. It's a telly plus. No, you're thinking Ed O'Brien or Ed O'Brien.
Yeah, Dara O'Brien's brother.
I love Dara O'Brien. He's a fantastic
well.
comedian. I really do like him.
Let's go for.
And that's where we call time on this one. So,
I don't even know whether the county that I've written is in the area that I've written, by the way.
Cool. So, just before we get onto the answers, please do go into the podcast group and let us know if you enjoyed that. I thought it was hilarious watching Matt trying to struggle through some of these questions. So I'm going to do it again just for that. But we could do a full length version where you can join in on the live stream on a Sunday if that is what you want. Right. So answers. This is where you get to feel a little bit superior. Right, so what year did Convey die? Go on, give me what you got.
It was 1994.
It was 1994, and what month did you get?
I went for June.
Not far off. April.
I wrote April down the first time.
And it felt wrong.
It felt wrong, and June felt right.
Yeah. So it was April. Beatles' first album?
I've guessed at Revolver.
Revolver was way like in.
I genuinely hadn't got a clue.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't the White Album.
Yeah, it weren't Abbey Road. It weren't the White Album. It weren't Revolver. Yeah, I mean it was good guess. Please me, was it?
Actually, thinking about it, I should have known that.
Yeah, I mean you've got it for next time.
I've covered 3 songs off it.
Yeah.
And I knew they were early Beatles numbers. Like, oh fucking hell. Yeah. So I got that wrong.
The answers are obvious when you're given them. Reginald Dwight.
Elton John.
It is Elton John. Well done. I was about to say, like, if you've seen the film Rocket Man, you'll be well up on this question. But that might have been
that would have given it away.
Might have given it away just a bit. Bowie's real name, and this is one that I didn't know. Like the first 3, fine. Bowie's real surname, didn't have a clue.
You said if you think Welsh, you're probably along the right lines.
Yep.
So I wrote Williams down.
Oh no, Jones.
Fuck's sake!
It was one or the other, wasn't it?
It was, and I actually initially wrote Jones down, but then because of the answer to the next question, I crossed out Jones.
Oh, so yeah, who sang Thunderball?
I guessed it, Tom Jones, because he's a powerhouse.
He's the UK's powerhouse. Yeah, I was gonna go again. I was gonna say like which Welsh crooner, but there's only one, so that would have given the game away. Bob Dylan hit on Adele's 19 album.
I don't know whether this is the official title of the song, but "Make You Feel My Love."
It is "Make You Feel My Love." Well done.
Excellent.
And she did an absolutely belting version.
She did.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive Adele person, but I do like that version of that song. She can sing better than Bob Dylan can.
That's not much of an accolade. But yeah, like she really did. She made that song a very, very listenable tune. I really like Adele, so I'm down with that. Supergrass and Radiohead. Go on.
So the area I've put is the southwest, and then I've guessed that Berkshire is the county.
It's definitely a shire. It's not. I don't think it's southwest. I think it's southeast. It's Oxfordshire. It's
southeast.
It's
definitely east.
It's middle.
It's almost Midlands, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very
north
close
of London. It's above London. Like, if I was to point at it on a map, that's one of the ones I could point at.
Yeah, yeah.
Above London and to the left a little bit.
Yeah, that's where I'd guess at it being. We in the UK are very, very not up on it because in America the states are drilled into you, aren't they, in high school? In the UK, we do not give two shits about the.
Well, the worst bit is like you split your fucking counties into counties because there's the historical counties and then there's the political counties and then there's the something else counties, and I've never ever been taught anything about any of them because it's irrelevant to me.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. Like all of this is not relevant. It's a sign that you see on the motorway every side. Like when you pull off a junction, it goes, "Oh, welcome to Staffordshire," and you're like, "Oh, cool, yeah, nice, thanks."
Excellent.
Yeah, great.
Couldn't find myself on a map.
Yeah, fantastic. So yeah, that was our quiz, Matt. You got that one.
I got 4 points from my own marking.
3, 4. Yeah, you got 4. 4 out of 7 is more than half.
It is. I'm pretty pleased with that.
Yes, it's pretty good. So if you'd be down for a full length one, just let us know. We've got what we've been up to is we've got news, and as I mentioned, the Strymon stuff was on the news, but I think we'll leave it to the end if we've got time. So, Matt.
Hello.
What have you been up to?
Surprisingly, with nothing to do, I've found lots to be up to because there's nothing else to do.
Well, that's it, yeah. Devil makes work for idle thumbs and all this, isn't it?
Before the last cast, I ordered some kits.
Wasn't it directly after the last cast?
Was it directly after? No, it was. But yeah, no, it might have been directly after the last cast. But yeah, in fact, it definitely was after, like literally after. Yeah, because it was you and Yeomans, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was that the last one?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I've got the audio of you going, "Yeah, I've just ordered it." So.
Yeah, that probably doesn't surprise me. But yeah, so I ordered a booster, and then populated the booster and soldered it together to test it.
Yeah.
And it worked. So I then ordered a plexi in a box.
Yeah.
And would get round to soldering the switch on at a later date. That later date was this morning at like 5 a.m. because I couldn't sleep because
time doesn't
exist.
Yeah, it's not a construct anymore, is it?
Yeah, I genuinely couldn't tell you what day it is today. I can tell you the date because it's written on the screen in front of me. I couldn't tell you what day that corresponds to. But yeah, so I tried to solder the switch on, which went well until I realised that there is a resistor that goes onto the switchboard and not onto the main board that I had already soldered onto the main board.
Yeah.
So there is a fix for that supposedly, and I tried that, but I also soldered the LED in the wrong way, and was like, oh, well, can't try the circuit because I know that just won't work because the LED's in the wrong way and they're directional. So I had to take the LED out and then jump the two, whatever they're called, the two holes.
Yeah, the pads,
The pads. And because of all the amount of fucking around I've been doing with it, it kind of sort of passes a little bit of signal through it if I stick my thumb on the back of the circuit. But it's not working fully, so I've sacked off that switchboard. I've ordered some more switchboards.
Yeah.
And I'll try again. So I thought, right, well, in the meantime, I'd also soldered together the plexi pedal that had arrived and got that into a working circuit as well. So I'll start on the switch for that one. And then I soldered the switch to the wrong side of the switchboard.
Yeah, again, like they're directional, aren't they? And it's a really easy thing to do because they are symmetrical, so they look the same both ways.
Yeah.
But if you put it with the screen print facing downwards, then the switch doesn't.
And unfortunately, there's 9 lugs on it.
Indeed.
So you can't unsolder it without having 9 soldering irons or being incredibly good with a professional solder remover. And I don't have one. I've got a cheap knockoff Chinese thing.
Oh yeah, the little spring-loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly one of them, and it does exactly fuck all.
They do the grand sum of fuck all, don't they?
Like, it won't even pick up solder that I've literally got melting on a metal surface. You know the bit that you have your soldering iron on? I could melt some solder on there, and it wouldn't pick it up.
Yeah, then I've never really got on with them. I've got 2 of them, and there's not been a point where I've felt as if it has done more than just me kind of putting the iron on and trying to push the solder away from where I wanted it.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've taken 2 working circuits and turned them into 2 broken circuits by adding a switch. And that's technically what a switch is there to do. So I'm claiming like semi-success.
Yeah.
I've soldered in a switch and it breaks the circuit.
Well, yeah. I mean, on the one of them, you've got where it's in bypass mode. It does pass the signal. So
yeah,
I mean,
so the boost pedal worked as a mute switch for a while, and then if you put your thumb on it, it works as a volume drop,
like an attenuator. I mean, so that's the opposite of what the boost pedal should do. But a circuit's a circuit, so
yeah. And I have technically, like I say, both of them I've had working circuits.
Yeah.
The plexi, I know all of the knobs do stuff, and I know that the boost knob changes the boost on that. So I've had them as working circuits with guitar signal passing through them. I just broke them by trying to put a switch in because I didn't read the instructions carefully enough, and then soldered a switch on the wrong side. Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, and as a shout out to the place that you bought it from, it was pedalparts.co.uk or something like that, which is Fuzzdog.
Fuzzdog, yeah.
Yeah, the Fuzzdog circuits. The build documents for them are incredibly well written. They are quite thorough.
You have to read them, but like the issue is I didn't read the whole document. What I did was it gave me a list of components that corresponded to what was written on the circuit board. So I put the components from the list into the circuit board and then read the bit that said, and obviously the current limiting resistor, if you have a daughter board, goes on the daughter board, not on the main board. And I went, well, it's on the main board, and I've already soldered it, and I've already chopped all the legs off, so don't have another one. But it lives there now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I've learned is read the instructions. Like, I'm a man, and it goes everything against everything that I've ever been taught. But read the instructions, and you might have a bit better success. And also, don't like actually carefully look at what you're doing before you put a switch onto a daughter board.
Yeah, it's that old adage, isn't it? Like measure twice, cut once. It's that kind of situation where you'd really need to make sure that what you're doing is the right thing, because if it is the wrong thing, it's incredibly difficult to undo it.
Yeah, and what I've done is, be an idiot. So did them, and then another one arrived, another kit from Fuzzdog arrived today, which is an AC amp in a box. So it's literally, it's a top boost channel of an AC amp in a box. So it's got your volume, which is actually your gain. It's got then bass, treble, tone cut, and master volume, which is obviously your actual volume on the pedal. But it's supposed to come with 5 potentiometers so that you can bias the JFETs that are in there.
Trim pots,
Sorry, trim pots, yeah. And those 5 trim pots were left out of the kit. So I emailed I went onto their website and used their on website form thingy that sends them an email. And I sent that off and then kind of didn't check my emails. And within 3 minutes of me contacting them, they had dispatched the missing parts. So they realised their error and they rectified it straight away as soon as they were made aware of it, which is fantastic customer service.
Yeah. And whenever I've dealt with Fuzzdog, their customer service has been brilliant, because I've done a few circuits from Fuzzdog. In fact, I've done the same booster that Matt has done. I've done a fair few, and there's been a few where I've put the wrong thing in the wrong place, or not quite done the right thing, and in a usual situation, they are really responsive. They're really helpful about kind of troubleshooting that stuff. At the moment, because of the entire quote unquote Backstreet Boys reunion tour thing that's going on, they're under a lot of pressure, because there's so many people who have always thought, oh well, one day I'll give that pedal making lark a try. This is now the time that those people are buying the circuits.
Yeah, and you've got to remember that also the place that's dispatching the circuits probably doesn't have full staff capacity.
Yeah.
So it's getting far more orders because people like me are going, well, I've got fuck all to do in my time. Why don't I try building pedals? Yeah. And so they've got more orders and less people to deal with them. So I totally understand that they can't kind of sit down and do in detail troubleshooting with people who are starting out when they're trying to run a business in a global pandemic. So I've got no issues with them not being able to help me through the troubleshooting. I've troubleshooted myself, and I think I know what I've done wrong in every case. So and like I say, the one issue I've had, they've sorted straight away.
Yeah, and the switches you've looked to rectify. You looked to buy the daughter boards from Fuzzdog, but they're not doing the just the individual daughter boards, I assume, because they're all earmarked for the kits. for the kits at the moment. So you've managed to source another company's daughter boards, which are JedPeds. I happen to be. I mean, you see JedPeds on my No Talk All Tone quite a bit. I know Jed quite well, and their daughter boards were available, so you bought some from there. I'm also because I'm part of I follow JedPeds on Facebook. I'm also part of their Facebook group, which is essentially like group sourcing troubleshooting. So it's like JedPeds kits, troubleshooting and help and stuff like that. And I'm seeing a lot of the situations at the moment because again, it's the same with JedPeds where there are a lot of new to it people going, oh yeah, I'll give it a try. A few of them going, Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna build like an Andy Timmons Angry Charlie straight up. But that's gonna be my first one. And then they're asking why is this not working? With like giant blobs of solder on the back of it and like components missing and components in the wrong place. So like I'm seeing a lot of this troubleshooting. The fact that you've managed to get your circuits tested and working is a testament to the fact that you've got what it takes to be able to do it. So I have got possibly more confidence and more faith in you than you do at the moment.
Yeah, like this morning I was ready to give up. I was half in a mind to just stick a soldering iron in the middle of every fucking circuit I could find and poke it through, and yeah, and like I dropped the soldering iron on my foot, and like,
I mean that's never a good start. That's yeah, but like
I was, yeah, just getting frustrated with it, but like I just had to take a break from it, and then we were like, right, we'll come up with a solution.
Yeah,
you managed to link me to the daughter boards because I'd looked on Jed's Peds, but I couldn't find the daughter boards separate.
Yeah,
but then you found it for me. I saw some parts from him, and I've also sourced some resistors so that I can solder as many current limiting resistors in the wrong place as I like, and just remove them and have some spares.
you're like Oprah. You get a current limiting resistor. You get a current limiting resistor. I'll show you. I've just knocked my finger. But this pedal was almost the end of me. This is this. I believe this is a Jed's one as well. This is the green ringer. But this pedal, when I was wiring this one up, this one almost had me just go, no, fuck this. Pedal building is stupid and shit. This one, like populated the board fine, populated it like wonderfully. Put the because this version of the green ringer has got what's called the null mod, which allows you to dial in the amount of affected signal. I believe. I've never really noticed what it does. So, but yeah, it's apparently that. And I soldered the pot on the wrong side of the board, and which then ended up meaning it was in an awkward position. So I had to like desolder an entire pot, and it's very similar to desoldering a switch, where you've got 3 lugs that you've got to try and desolder all at once. And using the solder sucker, I tried that, and yeah, like a good afternoon of me, like
shouting at it.
Yeah, like getting calmly frustrated at this pot that was not coming off. Yeah, I then ended up just clipping the legs on it, and then like jerry rigging it almost, like some bits of like spare wire to the underside of the board. I was like, yeah, cool, it's all sorted, it's working now. Then when I boxed it up, it wasn't working. Wasn't the switch. I had to go through the entire circuit probing, and I was telling you about the the finger probing, which is like it sounds like the kind of material that we would cover on this podcast.
Absolutely does.
But it's a lot more innocent than it sounds. Like you were saying earlier on, where you kind of poke bits of the circuit and it passes signal. I was doing that, so I was like poking through like bits of the circuit to try and figure out where the circuit was stopping. And after a lot of finger probing, it's got to be the title, hasn't it? Finger probing. But after a lot of finger probing, people are going to expect that to be much dirtier than it is. So after a lot of that, I've figured. In fact, actually, Yeoman's helped me with this as well. He came along with his fancy pantsy voltage, multimeter, and checked continuity. It turned out like one of the pads for the pot had been damaged in my rage. So I ended up having to jump, like add like another little kind of cable between like that pot, that pad, and the next component in line, and then I got it working, and it works fine now. It is really, really, really not pretty if you look in the back of it, which is why I haven't opened that one up ever since I got it working, because I know that if I open it up, it'll be like those like the box of snakes that you get, and I'll open it up, bits will fly out at me, I'll get scared, and then it'll never work, never work the way it really should again. So that was the one that tested my patience. But yeah, like ever since they've pretty much worked the way that they're supposed to, and if I fuck something up, I know exactly why. Like, I think it might have been, it was either yours or the Acapulco Gold that I did for Sai, who is the overlord of the Fretzel group. I did an Acapulco Gold and soldered one of the capacitors the wrong way round, like the electrolytic capacitors. And on like the moment I soldered it, I knew it. I didn't even have to test it. I was like, shit, I know I've done that wrong. And that took me a good half hour to get that one out. But I got that one out. I managed to get it out. I managed to get it back in and working. And it worked fine. Oh, no. So I did that one for Simon's. And for the hotcakes that I have made for you, that are just in a box somewhere up there. Got two populated hotcake boards. I soldered the clipping diodes the wrong way round. I think.
Excellent.
Like, because it was like, it was an asymmetrical. There was like one going in one direction and then two going in the opposite direction. I soldered the one going in the one direction, but then the two were in opposing directions, which wouldn't really have sounded right. It probably would have still worked, but it wouldn't have sounded how it was desired.
Yeah.
And I did that on two boards because I was doing two at the same time. I've desoldered those and replaced those. I haven't tested those boards, so like fuck knows if they work. It's Schrodinger's board. What was the title? It was finger probing, mate.
Finger probing. Yeah, just need to remember that. But yeah, so like I've made some working circuits.
Yeah,
and I've broken them, and that's like the main bit of what I've been doing. That's over the last, I'd say, week and a half that I've kind of been sort of stages making those circuits and then drawing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like after that this morning, I needed something to calm me down, and one of the things, so the band that had just got off the ground at the start of this year, we don't have much footage to put on Facebook to kind of share and to get future gigs booked in, because obviously everything that we got booked in then got cancelled because you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So we've talked about like putting a song together from home.
Yeah.
And the drummer got his bit recorded. The singer got his vocals and his guitar bit recorded, and I was like, fine, I'll have to get round to it. So I've been trying for like 3 or 4 days, but every time I turn the camera on, I fuck it up. And I've been playing this song probably since the second year I was learning guitar. So we're talking, I've been playing this song for half of my life.
Yep.
And every time I turn the camera on, I make a mistake. And sometimes it's in the fucking outro. And it's like, I can't leave like bad mistakes in the outro. Like there's a bit where a riff just changes octave. So it's all these things I've done by the Killers. And the riff that goes through goes up an octave and then goes back down to the original octave in the outro. And like 4 times I either went too soon or didn't move, and I was like, oh, I can't, like, because it threw me off, and then I just stopped playing. And I'm like, if I'd have continued and just played it in the wrong octave, no other bastard would notice, because nobody gives that much of a shit that you've changed the octave of your riff in the outro.
Yeah.
But I noticed, and then I stop, and then I'm like, oh, well, I can't start again now because there's like a 4-second gap. So, like, I reckon I did 23 takes.
Yeah.
And in the end, I just recorded the audio, got that sorted, and then just played along to it because I couldn't be arsed. If I'm slightly out of time at any point, it's going to be 5 of us on the screen. Nobody's going to particularly notice that the guitarist's right hand is slightly out of time with the chugga chugga noise in section B and what. So, like, yeah, sod it. I'm getting the audio sorted, and then if I make the mistake on the video, it doesn't even fucking matter. And I made a mistake again on the video, but I don't care. I gave up. So I recorded that and got that all sent off, and then I had a headphone set up, and I was like, I finally got my audio interface working so that it sending all of the guitar, because basically I had it either sending one side or like a muffled sound.
Yeah.
And I've now got it sending my actual guitar sound at whatever volume I want it to. So I've got my rig is all set up absolutely perfectly. So I just spent 3 hours clicking next on YouTube and seeing what song I was going to play along to next. Yeah. And I played songs that I haven't played for 15 years. It's like literally since my first year of playing. And I played along to them like I was playing them last week. So the one that I wanted to play, I couldn't do. And then like things like Wolf Mother Woman came on that I don't think I've heard that song for 10 years, let alone fucking played along to it. That's got like a quite a fast riff in the middle. Got that fine. That's absolutely fine. Remembered it off by heart first time. Could I have done it with a camera in front of me? Not a fucking chance. I'd fail as a performing musician. I'd absolutely would. You couldn't put a camera on me, and that's the end of you then, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much YouTubing, that isn't it? Like half of YouTubing is okay. This is what the camera's rolling. You've got to do something. Okay, yeah, cool.
And that's why any of the budget pedal mat stuff is like a 10 minutes of waffle, because I have no idea what I'm going to say when I click the start button on that camera.
So, but I mean, with some skillful editing, we can get it to a coherent video. I've still not done that video actually. I've still not charged my Variax because you sent me through.
Yeah. So after the last cast, you said that you sat down twice to do a Variax sounds video, but not got round to it. Yeah. So I said, well, I'll do my favourite sounds my most used sounds that are in the Variax. I'll do my bit. You didn't even need in your video in the first place, but you've now got that to put in your video, hoping to like motivate you to do your video.
Yeah.
And it's not helped.
Well, it's the fact that my Variax was on an unsure 2 bars.
No.
So I had to wear down the battery, but I didn't want to wear it down by playing it, because when it's at that point, it doesn't sound great. So I ended up just letting it decharge itself, and it's now fully decharged. So I can charge the battery. I should be able to get onto like playing it now. And now I've got something else. I was just about to drop the bomb as if it was common knowledge, but I've got something else which will make this entire process that little bit sweeter. So this week, I've been watching like lots of YouTube and like Instagram stuff. Bloke called John Cordy has been cropping up quite a few times. I think Stuart Tate shared some of his stuff because he's been running like he runs either like a Strymon Iridium or a HX Stomp. And then he'll like run pedals through it, and he's run the Raise the Dead through it, and it sounded amazing. And like Stuart's been saying, like shit, the Stomp sounds really, really good. I think I might get one. I was like, yeah, I'm starting to think that. Like, I've been on that train.
Starting to think that. You've been thinking that for 6 months at least.
Yeah, but I managed to like unconvince myself a few times. I was like, yeah, I don't really need it. I've got what I need. It's all good. So this whole lockdown situation, I've been watching guys who've got them, and like, yeah, okay, this is it's seeming like something I should really take seriously. So I did the really fucking stupid thing, didn't I? I sent a message through to Max of our Patreon of the YMAG podcast, because he talks quite frequently on the YMAG podcast about the HX Stomp, and we're quite good friends. So I sent him a message and just said, like, just tell me that the HX Stomp is a bit shit and that I really don't need it. Because I need some unconvincing. And then he went on like an hour's spiel of, no, it's the best thing ever. Like, I haven't turned on my amps for X amount of time. I find that I'm just practicing more these days because I can just like get in a tone that inspires me, and all of these things were not what I needed to hear. So I went on the internet. I went to Google and typed in HX Stomp just to see where we're at, kind of price wise with them. And PMT were doing them for 109. Sorry, 409.
109.
109. I'll take them all.
Send me a link.
Yeah,
109, and I'll have one.
There was quite a few of them. Like, there were PMT were the lowest at 409, and they were kind of ranging up to like 5,500. And I was like, I'm definitely not spending 5,500 on it. I could be convinced with 409. Let's see what finance options they've got. Like, so I went on their website, and they were sold out. I was like, okay, that's settled it, because I'm not gonna like put down a deposit to be then told, oh no, they're back in stock, but they're up to like 480 or whatever.
Yeah. So
I left it for a little while, and then I went to my usual go-to guys, which is Guitar, and they were like 460, 470 or something, and they've got the little green tab at the bottom of the screen that says like, send us a message, and I did. I went, okay, let's see what happens. Sent them a message. PMT are doing this for 409. You do price matching within, I'm not joking, within like 20 minutes, and this was like on a Sunday night. Within 20 minutes, like Sunday night's not fair. It was late Sunday afternoon. They would have been closed at this point. So Sunday afternoon, kind of like 5 o'clock ish. Within 20 minutes. Oh, this is Chris from Guitar. I've sent you a link with price matching it just for you. You've got to buy it today, and that link will be active. Like, fuck, I'm buying it today then and all.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
we've absolutely all been there.
I can't put poor Chris out of his way. Like, on his Sunday when he's supposed to be sitting resting, he's gone and found me a bargain. So I can't do that man a disjustice. So yeah, I put the money down, and by Tuesday midday, it were here. Yeah.
You've got a shiny new toy.
I've got an HX Stomp. Yeah. It's a bit good. It's yeah. So thank you, Max, for spending my money, but also actually convincing me that yeah, I probably should have one. My thought process for it the entire time is that I do a lot of the YouTube videos. The setup that I've got currently is a bit long-winded and a bit complex, and I require my computer's CPU for running cab emulation on it, because we've mentioned Wall of Sound that I use quite a lot, and it's a wonderful impulse response cab IR loader thing, because like in comparison to normal IRs, which sounds almost kind of flat and static, Wall of Sound has almost got like a 3D-ness to the sound, which is really inspiring. But my computer's quite old, and the more I rely on the CPU on the computer, the more I'm asking for failure. The more I'll find myself 10 minutes into a demo video that I've done for the week, and then I'll find that my computer's crapped out. So I figured the Stomp is like a brilliant solution for that, because it then takes all of the CPU heavy processing of like the cab stuff away from the computer, and I can just literally use the computer to record and capture what I've got. I've had a limited amount of time. I've had probably about 3 hours worth of playtime on the Stomp so far. I've managed to dial in a pretty convincing clean patch. In fact, that's all I ever seem to do when I go onto it. I've managed to dial in 4 different convincing clean patches. I've managed to do a convincing kind of Marshall crunchy drive tone as well. So it will pretty much take the space of my old recording setup. It will be a lot more convenient and just a lot more get it done. Some of the stuff on it is really convincing. Like a lot of the amp simulation on it is really convincing. It's so convincing that I went to play on it last night and found myself like an hour and a half later on the same patch that I'd made 10 minutes into doing it. I was playing the same thing. I'd found like a vintage bias tremolo and a clean tone, and I was just kind of lost in endless inspiration with that. So that's really good. The reverbs on it are quite good. I think a lot of the reverbs are in what's called the legacy catalog, which means that they're from older stuff. So the reverbs will be stuff that you find in your M series stuff. So you got like your room, your plate, your chamber, and then there's like particle verb or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, stay away from that one, but the others are all pretty good reverbs from what I remember.
Yeah. I tend to just use the room and like dial it in up to like 20% mix, because it then sounds like you're playing an amp that's
in a room.
Yeah, that's kind of sat quite close to you. So that's the way I kind of tend to do it, because I want it to sound as close to what I would be getting if I could turn my amp on, which is grand, fantastic. There's some odd stuff. I mean, there's like legacy filters and like stuff that makes you sound like a robot. There's like bit crushers and stuff, which I've touched upon briefly, and like trying to play blues licks through a robot sounding guitar is ultimately hilarious but pointless. There's some really nice new vibrato sounds and like certain modulation sounds I absolutely love. It's the stuff that will make me fall down a rabbit hole with guitar playing. I like a nice kind of off crunchy clean tone, and a modulation, and then I'm there for days. So there's I think it comes across, even though I might not be articulating it particularly fantastically, the unit just kind of it gets out of the way. There's not you don't have to kind of surf through menus before you find something which goes, yeah, that's it. I want to play that. And as Max said to me, it's a really inspiring tool, and hopefully it will kind of come across in the demos that the quality of some of those demos is creeping up there as well. So yeah, I'm only like 3 days into it, but I'm happy with the purchase.
Question for you.
Go on.
Can you connect your Variax to it with the Variax cable instead of a jack?
That is the LT and above.
Right, okay. I wasn't sure whether it would be a bit, like, obviously, it'd be a nice feature to have. It's like, it's not a necessity at all. It's not what you've bought it for, but
Yeah.
like that would have been just the icing on the cake. But like, it's still obviously an incredible piece of kit, and for what you need, especially if your computer's getting older and prone to having issues, taking that processing power away from it and putting it into a standalone unit that is designed exactly for that purpose.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really good idea.
I mean, it's funny you should touch upon the Variax link, actually, because that was one of the things that has possibly made me not buy it a couple of times. That's kind of convinced me out of buying the Stomp a couple of times, because I was thinking, like, if I just save a bit more money, I could go for the LT, and then it would be an all-encompassing rig. I could get it to, because the Line 6 link, the L6, it powers the Variax, but also allows you to, with your patches, you can put
change the guitar or change the
you put a block into the preset that then points towards the Variax and tells it this is the patch on the Variax you need to be on. So it takes a lot of that away. That feature would be really cool, mainly just for the charging of the Variax. If I could get something that powered the Variax without me having to plug a battery in, I think I would use the Variax 10 times out of 10, because it's got all of the sounds there at your fingertips. So you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm really feeling this this amp, but it needs something a bit beefier than what I've got at the moment. Okay, plug in the Les Paul, give it a bit more grunt, and that's kind of what's convinced me out of it a couple of times. I've thought, oh, I'll go for the LT. I'll kind of justify the 800 quid that the LT is. But then I reasoned with it. I'd be buying it just as a powering unit for the Variax.
You're buying it as a power supply at that point.
Yeah, I like
800 quid for a power supply.
Yeah, I mean, like it do the amp and cab modelling and all of that and whatnot. But like, what I really want is I want a small unit that can be used as a substitute for an amp, especially when the kid is in bed. It means that I can do that really great sounds and no worry of waking him up, unless I start getting really into it and start kicking things over in my room, getting like a bit too rock and roll. But yeah, I kind of reason with it. I can do the Stomp. It will work really well for the unit that I've got at the moment. It will work really well for the workflow in terms of the YouTube stuff, what I've got at the moment. And if I do end up relying super heavily on the Stomp, there's nothing saying that I can't, like, 6 months, 12 months down the line, sell the Stomp and then upgrade to the LT, if that's what I really want. But I can't see that I really will. The bigger the Helix and the LT have lots of blocks available. So like each of the different things, like an amp and a cab, will be a block within your kind of line of the preset. The Stomp is only allows you to have 6 blocks in one preset, but with an amp and cab only being one, and reverb being 1. I mean,
You've still got 4 blocks left.
yeah, I mean, I managed to get one completely full today, but I was really trying with that. I really had to try. Like I put, can't even remember what amp. It was like a Fender-ish style clean amp. There was a Timmy style pedal. There was a comp, an EQ, and a reverb. Yeah, so I managed to fill it up, but I didn't really need all of that stuff. I just wanted to see kind of where the limits were, and it still sounded great. Yeah, one of the first things that I did with the unit, because I was having to be a parent, and like a responsible member of society, being a parent at the time when the little box arrived. I set it to update because there was a recent update for the whole of the Helix, which is 2.9.1, which sounds really fucking boring. But like Line 6 users, they were like, ooh. Yeah, there's a couple of things that have gone on with it. Like, so the Rev Generator 120 amp has got like 2 channels, a red channel and a purple channel, and the purple one is a bit more classic sounding gain. That's been added. Fullerton 112, which is like a Fender 5C3 Tweed Deluxe, like a vintage 1953 Fender amp. Sounds alright. They've set it as like the initial preset on it, quite gainy, which turn all that shit off. They've added the Grammatico 112, which the Grammatico Lagrange, like I don't know, couldn't even point it out in a lineup of one.
ZZ Top song, isn't it?
Well, yeah, Lagrange is a ZZ Top tune. This doesn't particularly sound very ZZ Top. They've added a couple of pedals as well. This one, fantastic name for it, Alpaca Rouge. What do you think that's going to be?
Oh, is it the Delay Llama?
The Red Llama, which is same company, different pedal.
Right. Okay.
Fuzz, I think. They've done the Legendary Drive, which was a Carvin Legacy Drive. Xenomorph Fuzz, which I think I played the last night. Which there was one fuzz within the series of fuzzes, which didn't sound unconvincing. It sounded quite good because they got the kind of Velcro-y spittiness quite nicely, and I think it might have been that one. Yeah, like we talked before the start of the cast that there are some drawbacks with the modelling when it comes to the pedal side of things, and the fuzzies. I'd just put your own fuzz into it if I'm perfectly honest. But there was one fuzz that sounded quite good. Hey, it might have been this one.
Yeah, and like as much as it's a little bit disappointing that the fuzzers don't sound completely on point. At the end of the day, you're buying it as an amp unit more than an all-in-one encompassing. Like, I know you said that it can do that, and like for the clean stuff, and I assume for like a driven amp, it sounds all right for it. But even if I was buying a full Helix, I'd be expecting if I wanted to use a fuzz pedal, be using a fuzz pedal, not using the Helix inbuilt fuzz pedals, because it's one of those effects that you don't get digital fuzzers.
Yeah.
Nobody builds a digital fuzz because an analog fuzz sounds better.
Yeah, it's something that the digital world hasn't quite mastered yet.
Yeah, and it's not just Line 6 that haven't mastered it.
Yeah,
like nobody's mastered the digital fuzz yet. Like, just buy a Raise the Dead.
Yep. There is your top tip for the week. Just buy a Raise the Dead. What are you waiting for? Just do it now.
I mean, if you don't want to raise the dead, Stuart at the moment is doing the lockdown fuzz, which I believe is like based on a germanium raise the dead, but with an external bias and a volume pot. Because he doesn't have to, because they're not printed, they're just under his. Is it Tatetronics? He's doing his like one-off runs in, and he's doing a run of them, and they're a lot cheaper than a Raise the Dead.
Yeah,
because they're like not non-printed and stuff. They're just in a plain black box.
he also the other day he was rooting through some boxes and he found a V1 Raise the Dead. So it's the Raise the Dead without the pickup sim in the old enclosures, which were like the bare metal sides with the print. Yeah, like a screen printed front. I think it was it was more like a water slide decal. And he was doing that for like 70 quid. I think that's probably gone by now. And if it hasn't gone by the time we're recording this, it'll definitely have gone by the time. But yeah, by the time this releases. But it's an absolute pro tip. If you've ever been looking at the Tate stuff and thought, oh yeah, I'll give that a go. I just need to save up just a little bit to afford it. I mean, because like the Antares is best part of 200 quid, isn't it? So it's not a particularly cheap pedal. It's a fantastic pedal. But if you ever thought, I'd really like a Raise the Dead, but maybe it's a bit rich for me. He's absolutely knocking out some bargains at the moment. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So just do it. Just keep checking it on his Instagram. Is usually where they first come up. So that like if you're watching that like a hawk, and if you're not, Tate_effects, I think it is Instagram. If you're not part of that, definitely be part of it, because that's the place to go. And tateeffects.co.uk, they appear on there. Like once they get on there, get in on it. Because like his lineup is Raise the Dead, Antares. We've got the Booster. There's a bit of controversy over that this week as well, wasn't
there? Yeah, there was. What else has he got? He's got what's his rat clone?
Oh yeah, the BMB, of course.
BMB, of course.
Oh yeah, the first one. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, there's quite a few.
And then, like I say, he's doing some like one-off builds under Tatetronics. I think he's calling them. There's like germanium, range masters, and like I say, 3-knob buzz pedals instead of the standard 1-knob Raise the Dead. It's like variations of that kind of circle. I think he was doing a fuzz face the other night as well, and just like all sorts of different kind of pedals, and everything that Stuart does is meticulous. Like he live streamed last night, I think, might be the night before. I watched a little bit. He was just building one of the lockdown fuzzers, and like he's so meticulous with the stuff, and like everything is tested before it's done, and it's hand built by him. Everything that he does, and everything that comes out with his name on it.
Yeah,
there's nobody else working for him. He's doing it all on his own, and he puts so much effort into. He's not going to let anything leave that workshop or attic or whatever you want to call the area that he built his pedals. He's not going to let anything leave there and go to a customer that he's not happy with.
No, he's incredibly fastidious, like beyond the point that I would be. Like I go, well, yeah, it's working. It's not the prettiest inside, but it's working. There you go, out the door. He's like measuring each and every, like the lengths of wire. He pre-cuts them so that he knows everyone is exactly the same. He's like a machine. But yeah, so that's a place where you can find bargains at the moment. And I think we're gonna give you one last bargain hunt as well before we wrap this podcast up. If I remember rightly, I think I've seen a couple of Xander pedals that were like on the demo boards. So like the older enclosures have been used, but still perfectly serviceable, and they've been going for like Uh,
75 and 85 or 85
yeah,
and 95?
it was 85 for the two, weren't it? There was
So there was four in total. There was two distortions and two drives. The drives were 10 quid more than the distortions, but they were like it was either 85 and 95 or 75 and 85.
yeah.
They've been up for a week or more now, so I assume they're gone.
Oh, there you go then.
I would guess. I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe you're in luck and he hasn't sold them all yet. But yeah, it's at least a week since I saw that post because I very nearly bought one and then talked myself out of it in the end, and now I kind of regret it.
Yeah. So when this podcast's over,
Well, no, because the money that I would have spent on that, I spent on pedals for building that I've now fucked up.
Too true, man. Too true. Like I say, I've got a cupboard full of like PCBs and parts. Which, if I would have saved those, I could be sitting on a collection of like Thorpe pedals.
Yeah. Well, that's like this is the scary thing about what I've done is like if I fall down this rabbit hole bad, I'm going to end up like being more than my shelf can hold. Like the shelf above where your picture is on the computer screen got your two pedals on it, and it's then got my soldering like
Station,
clampy station thingy, soldering iron, 3 boxes of 2 partially built kits, and a kit that I'm waiting for parts to come for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if I build these, the cardboard boxes are bigger, like width-wise, than the enclosures. It means I can buy another pedal and stick that there. But I'm soon going to run out of space, and I know that I'm just going to end up like selling for cost pedals that I've built, try and fund more pedals.
It gets like that. It does. Yeah, I mean, I had to start doing YouTube stuff to stop myself from falling down that rabbit hole.
But I don't know whether I want to stop myself or not.
There you go. Yeah, you'll probably end up with Matronics by the end of the year.
Yeah, maybe. No, I definitely haven't fallen into it to the point where I know which bits of the circuit do what yet. So that's a way off. But
indeed,
I've like been talking to Joe and talking to Stuart and talking to some like Simon as well, the JSA, and just like I'm going to end up building so many pedals.
Yep. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Yeah. Give one of Simon's a go. His pedals are fun, and you get to do a bit of Vero then as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I assume that's the next step, isn't it? Vero board rather than.
It is. Yeah, I started on Vero. I did my first ever pedal was a Vero build, and then I veered away from that because I couldn't be bothered with this like counting the dots and the lines. I just wanted a PCB. Yeah, R1. That's where that goes. Anyway, I think it's probably a place where we wrap it for this week because we could talk about the Strymon compadre, but I think we'll save that for the live stream. Because there ain't fuck all else to talk about, I can tell you.
Yeah, I've seen the Strymon, isn't it? Is it like reddy pink?
Yeah, it's like a kind of faded red, a boost and a comp. But we'll talk about it in detail on the live stream. So we've plugged our Patreon at the start, but you get a bonus one this week because I'm feeling saucy. Bimson, Yeomans, Christ, Joe Richardson, Max Gibbons, UG Rection. Thank you. You guys keep the lights on. And thank you podcast listeners, for listening. We do appreciate your ears. If you want to catch us online, you go Ret Talk Podcast group. Like, all the links are in the description of this podcast. So wherever you're getting it, if it's iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, Castbox is the one that I'm on at the moment. I mean, we do on pretty much. I think we're on Spotify as well, which is mental.
We definitely are on Spotify.
Yeah, there you go then. Within the description, there's a bunch of links below, so use them to click. But like, Fret Talk Podcast groups on Facebook. For me, it's BudgetPedalChap. You are finding me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, I think I'm on, but just don't. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at BudgetPedalChap. You pretty much find me. Matt, you are Matt Q at Twitch, Twinstagram, Twitter. There you go. That's that. I think I'm tired. I think that's probably what it is.
Sounds like it.
Just doesn't it? I think I've run out of steam. So yeah, that's us for this week. Thank you for coming along on this journey. Keep safe. Make sure that you aren't going crazy. I hope that this podcast is helping you not go Jack Nicholson shining and just fully mentaled out. Just keep on keeping on. We're closer to the end of it than we were last week, and it's just gonna get shorter as the weeks go on. So yeah, hang in there. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Mr. Matt Quine, say bye, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Whee! And if you were a fan of the quiz, as I've mentioned one or two times, hit us up in the Fret Talk podcast group. From myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, it will be a tatty bye. It will be good night for this week. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye. Ta-da.
Go on then.
What sort of room has no windows or doors?
I don't know.
A mushroom.
You're right. You're not incorrect there, Matt. I think we might have that one for the end of the cast, you know.